So same scenario. Every single time we have this RSI going below 40, right? We go below this moving average of the RSI. We come back above it, right? We come back above this yellow level, which is also very much coinciding with these calls as well, above 45. And then boom, we continue to the upside. Same thing right here. See how we're touching the bottom right here? We fall below 40. We spring back above as soon as we get to 45. In fact, look at how crazy this is. We came above 45 right here. Massive green candle. See that green candle that we had right there? And then coming back over here, same thing, right? Well, we're not having it just yet. Now we're currently sitting at around 34. But I would suspect that once we do, come back above this and we do see us breaking above 45 and confirming it, that would definitely be the ultimate bull run.
Hey, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. Back again, an impromptu second interview with Crypto Zombie. We just did a really great one about recessions, bull and bear markets throughout history, Bitcoin bottoms, which is why we're doing this companion piece video. I'll link that down below. Check it out. Really great perspective. But Zombie, thanks for coming back.
Absolutely. So without taking up too much time, long story short, me and Austin were talking after the video and he was like, so you kept talking about all these indicators. Can you share them? So I don't want to take up too much of your time because I can go through hundreds of indicators, Puel multiply, everything. So super quick. I just wanted to go over a handful right now. Let me hop into the screen. Like I said, this is just sort of a, extra little bonus, extra thing to share with you guys. Now, of course, I'm not saying that the bottom is in. The indicators are telling us that the bottom is in. These are 3 different indicators I have down here. We're going to start with this very bottom one right here. This is the hash ribbons indicator. Now, you may have heard of this before, but essentially every time we get it moving into the gray area, you get the capitulation, you have the confirmed on the green, and then you have these little buy dots, right? These little buys, these blue dots down here. And you could see, if you just zoom in, every single time. Yes.
This is hash strength of the miners on the network. Who's capitulating, who's not?
Yeah, it's basically capitulation on the miners. It was developed by Capricorn Investments, and it pretty much shows that the miners themselves are capitulating. They're starting to, sell at crazy levels, or, it doesn't mean that they're mining for a loss. It just means that they are essentially capitulating. They're starting to sell, right? Now it could be sometimes it's because it's it's good time, good profit, whatever. But essentially what you want to wait for is the reversal when you start to see, them starting to hold again, things starting to get strong. And that's these buys. I may be twisting my words just a little bit. I'm sure there's more involved. You're going to have to talk to Charles. He invented this thing. But if you just look at the actual data points themselves, you could see essentially right here, we have our first one. And, this buy, I'm not going to go through everyone, but this buy right here, you could see right around $3, price goes up to $4. This buy around $4.50, price goes up to 15. Right here, this buy, we have 21, price goes up to the screen. This thing is in my way right here. 335. So I'm not going to go through but look, if we zoom in, you can see right here, this bottom came in, and then we had that afterwards. Same thing here, same thing here.
That's 2015.
Yeah, same thing here. So basically we really haven't had any situation except for right here, actually, in this little bear market. We did get a buy signal. We did go sideways for a little bit, but it still was confirming that we were in that bottom and the bottom had been in, right? And if we zoom in right here, and you guys can pause this, again, price goes up, price goes up, price goes up. We did have this flash right here. And just like we did back in 2018, we're having that sideways, but it could be signaling that the bottom is in fact in. So that's the first one, just sort of I wanted to bring up. Let's see the second one. Let me get this out of the way. It's actually, it's a little hard to see here because with all this clutter. But so this right here is the market Cipher indicator. And you can see if we switch this to the weekly, because it's a lot easier to see, it's a lot cleaner. We have these, do you see these green dots down here? These green dots right here?
Yes.
I know there's a lot going on. I'm trying to make it simple. These green dots, green dot right here. So every time we've ever had these green dots aligning with this RSI right here in the red, and we also have the money flow in the red, and we also have this yellow VWAP going to the upside. And I'll just draw some, let me just put some actual lines on it so you guys can see exactly where that falls into play. So we had that right here. Okay. We had that right here. And we had that right here. Now, keep in mind that first green dot, we did not have the confirmation on that because it didn't match our other 4 things we needed. And you could see right here, bottom was in, sideways accumulation, bottom was in, sideways accumulation, bottom was in, sideways accumulation. So we have that to also go for. Now, if we take this out of here, looking at the RSI, let's look at the RSI. So same scenario. Every single time we have this RSI going below 40, right? We go below this moving average of the RSI. We come back above it, right? We come back above this yellow level, which is also very much coinciding with these calls as well, above 45. And then boom, we continue to the upside. Same thing right here. See how we're touching the bottom right here? We fall below 40. We spring back above as soon as we get to 45. In fact, look at how crazy this is. We came above 45 right here. Massive green candle. See that green candle that we had right there? And then coming back over here, same thing, right? Well, we're not having it just yet. Now we're currently sitting at around 34. But I would suspect that once we do, come back above this and we do see us breaking above 45 and confirming it, that would definitely be the ultimate bull run. So that's that also. We have a few other ones we can go over super quick. I know we're trying to go over a lot. You told me you wanted to keep this video to like 5 minutes, so I'm trying to just keep it super short.
As long as the perspectives fire, let's keep it going, and I'm liking it thus far.
All right, let me clean this chart up. There's too much going on here. So we have all these still there. So let's just add this other one. This is called the Super Guppy. You're going to like this one. Everybody likes these. So these Super Guppies right here, you could see generally when we tend to go into the green, we go on these massive, massive bull trends and they last quite some time, right? Here was a little bit of fake out only because I think that this COVID obviously was a black swan event. Had this not happened, like if we just scribble that out, I think it's very obvious. Because look,
what is this reading? Like what is the
This
Guppy?
is actually a combination of a bunch of different moving averages.
Okay.
I didn't develop any of these. These are all free, by the way, with the exception of Market Cipher. So if you look historically, basically what we have right here are we have these bottoms. Actually, let me just get rid of these yellow lines real quick. I think they're somewhat distracting. But right here, you could see as soon as you see right here, we go into this blue area, right? And then as soon as we go into the neutral after the blue, that usually means the bottom is in. Now we can go back into the blue. That's fine. Not a problem. You can go into the blue as many times as you want. But once you enter this red zone, that has always historically been the tail end of the bear. We only have, this was from April, 2015 to about November 2015. So it wasn't, it was a few months, but nevertheless, the bottom was in. Now look at what we had back here. Same thing, right? We came out of the blue. We went into the neutral, right? Bottom was in. And then look, as soon as we entered the red, what did we have? March 19th and then boom, May 19th, right? That was it. So that was only a few months that we had. Now, if we zoom in and look at what we're doing right now, we're doing something very similar. And remember, I said we could go back into the blue. It's done that in the past. You can see right here, we have the blue. We've gone into the neutral. We have never gone below this bottom since. It's been 5 months. I mean, we could go lower, but we haven't gone lower yet. And now we are in the red zone, which typically means we have, a few months before we have the end of that bottoming pattern coming in. So that's that one as well. Another one that I can show you guys. I'm just showing you every single indicator is literally pointing to the bottom. We also have the pi cycle indicator. You may have heard about this. This is using some moving averages. I forget who developed this specifically. Just trying to get this out of here so you guys could see. And look, pi cycle bottom right here. So when did we have this moving averages crossover? Right here, right? On the week of January 5th of 2015, the next week, the bottom was in. There's no doubt about that. No question. That is a fact. Same thing here. We had the moving averages cross. These crossed right here. We were literally forming the actual bottom in 2018. Fast forward to right now, we had the pi cycle indicator flash. It flashed on the week of July 22nd, and the bottom thus far has been in. So I'm not.
These are just crossing moving averages, short term.
Yeah, that's all they are. They're just major averages. I don't remember specifically what they are. It's like 147 or something over. Like I said, I didn't develop this, but it has been an indicator. And then, of course, the biggest one that everybody talks about is the 200 weekly moving average, which we've only ever fallen below a handful of times. Right? We wicked below it. We had a couple right here, a couple weeks. We actually stayed under it. People said we've never been under it before. That's a lie. We had a few weeks back here in this area, right here, perfect touch. COVID crash, right? Only 1 week down, 1 week up there again. And right now, it's acting as a bit of resistance. Now, in all fairness, this may be something we've never actually seen before. So people may be correct in saying that this might be the first time we've ever seen this. But nevertheless, from a dollar cost average accumulation buy zone, this is the golden pocket. This is the zone to be buying. So one quick thing I just want to show you guys. So everybody's, anticipating this fall, right? So let's say, Bitcoin does come down. They're saying, oh, it's going to go another 50%. So what are we doing? We're coming all the way down to, $9,000, $10,000, whatever. Now, yes, of course, you can get double the Bitcoin, but I have to just point out that from top to bottom here, we're down, and even to the lowest point, we've been down about 75% already, right? So what is the difference? Going down to that level, all the way down to 10,000, it only gives you maybe another 15%. So if you've already missed the majority of this move and you're worried about should you buy now, I would seriously, not financial advice, probably start, considering getting some allocation, because most of the time people don't get what they want. And like I said in the previous video, everyone was calling for 100K. We didn't get it. We got 70. Same way back here. Everybody was calling for 1,000. What did we get? We only got to 3. Usually the markets do not get what they want. So right now, the opportunity, as you could see, golden buy zone, and of course, golden buy zone. So you do what you want with that information, not financial advice. Maybe the bottom's not in. Maybe this time is different. I fall on my sword if that's the case. But just wanted to share those charts with you. I know it was a little messy, a lot going on. But yeah, I mean, you could see every single thing. You can't find something that's saying that we haven't bottomed, outside of just the news and media and the FUD,
And by the way, I think a section of the audience will be screaming at their computer saying, well, you didn't talk about macro. You didn't talk about big picture. This time is different. And for those people, we just talked about that in our first interview. So I encourage you, there's a link down below. Check it out. We give you the whole other side of the Bitcoin and the reasons why maybe it's not different. Maybe it is. But Zombie, dude, awesome perspective. Give me an in summation for the audience in general as crypto investors.
As in what they should be doing?
No, just, a call to action, like, hey, I don't know. Or just
I can't tell anyone what to do. I'm not a legal financial advisor, but what I'm personally doing right now is dollar cost averaging. I have always done this. I've been doing it ever since I got into Bitcoin. I buy a little bit of Bitcoin high, a little bit of Bitcoin low. I am sitting on a cash position, which is something I did not do in the previous 2 little bears that we had. I was stupid. I didn't realize the ability of being able to get some more. So I have a cash position as well. And ultimately it's just patience. Like, what people don't understand is they think the worst part of the bear market is the major sell-off. No, that's actually kind of exciting. You could short, you could do all these things. The part that's the worst is the part we're in right now. The part where the investor becomes bored. And what I don't want people to do is what I've seen people do in the past: walk away, forget about it, turn their computer off, stop learning. This is the greatest opportunity to accumulate. All this doom and gloom. These guys want your money. I don't care what anybody says. You can call it a conspiracy. These big billionaire, high net worth individuals that are coming out trying to scare you, they are waiting to pounce. BlackRock wants your Bitcoin. How do you think they're going to get it? You're going to be the one to panic sell. Don't do that. This is the first opportunity that retail has actually had to front run the institutions. We don't have the sovereign wealth funds in yet. And we know once they come in, you're talking easily moving the price 40,000, 100,000 or higher, right? These big guys in the UAE. We're still waiting for the majority of just the basic institutions for the regulatory, clarity. Don't pass up on an opportunity like this, because unfortunately, once it does get in the hands of these big guys, we may have a scenario like we have with gold, paper gold, manipulation. But right now is the opportunity to get in dirt cheap. And I don't think people that bought at $6,000 in 2019 are upset that they missed out on $3,000 Bitcoin. I don't think they're upset about that. The same way that I don't think people that are buying 20,000 Bitcoin are going to be upset if they bought at $10,000 when Bitcoin's at 250,000, 300,000, $1 million. So ultimately, have patience, dollar cost average, and learn. Learn. If you have questions, learn. Now is the time. These boring times, learn about protocols, learn about smart contracts, learn about, the fiat versus Bitcoin standard. And hopefully everyone watching is going to come out on top, and you guys are all going to be legends, because legends are made in the bear markets. So thank you, sir. I leave you on that.